All right, good day. Once again, welcome to Diversity Champions. This is in line with THC 311, or the Multicultural Diversity in the Workplace for Tourism Professionals, wherein we are featuring the success stories from the people around the globe who have championed the odds and made a name in the hospitality industry. And last week, we were featuring different workers or personalities who have championed age diversity, and you have came to learn about Logan Gulev, Marcus Samuelson, Nimi Imad Darwich, Colonel Jay Sanders, and the people who have championed gender diversity, such as the likes of Annalisa Vergara, Billy Hackinson, Cheska Carandang, Jess Labares, Mikey Vitug, Micaela Avery Mendelssohn, Ritu Dalmia, Lisa Canistrasi, Eliza Chan. And for today, we are actually to continue with our discussion of more people who are to share their success stories. And we are to learn how they were able to champion the odds and made a name in the field of the hospitality industry. All right. So without further ado, let's check on who are the champions or the people who have championed educational diversity in the workplace. And I am actually featuring our very own chef, Pablo Boy Logro, who is right now an executive chef and owner of his own school, Clicks. And Chef Boy Logro, also known as Boy Logro or Chef Boy, is a Filipino celebrity chef known for his cooking skills, cooking shows, Idol sa Kusina, and Chef Boy Logro and Kusina Master on GMA 7. Logro was born into a fishing family in Kawayan in Biliran province. He is the second son in the brood of eight, and Logro only finished elementary education and was bullied for it. Can you just imagine at the state that he is in right now? He was he only had elementary education, but he was able to achieve the highest position in the kitchen, and he already has his own school and advocates education and training would be chef who would be players in the um, hospitality industry. Logro first worked in Cebu for 2 years, and despite language barrier, of course, he would speak Bisaya. And coming into Manila, obviously, the people in Manila would speak Tagalog, and he was bullied for that. He later on became a sous chef at Cabus bin Said Al Alam Palace, which took him into international trips and turn exposing Logro to international cuisine. Can you just imagine the great leap coming from that petty job in Manila, where he worked in a Chinese restaurant? He was able to jump and take up space in the international cooking arena. He was able to complete culinary training in Italy, Switzerland, Spain, and United Kingdom. Logro became the first Filipino executive chef at the Manila Diamond Hotel, and right now he has his own school, Chef Logro Institute of Culinary and Kitchen Services. What we can say about Chef Boy Logro is that amidst his lack of formal education, again, let us reiterate that he only finished elementary education. However, with hard work, with training and exposure to the different things that he must be exposed to, I mean, observing with the things that he is to, observing from his mentors, he was able to rise up from the ranks. I mean, coming from the rank and file position and being able to win that top position in the kitchen, and to be able to have your own school and to train young minds into becoming successful chefs someday. It's something to glorify of Chef Boy Logro. Moving forward, let's check on some people who have championed culture and racial diversity. First stop is our very own chef, Cristeta Pasha Comerford, who is the executive chef of the White House. She is a Filipino American chef who has been the White House executive chef since 2005. She is the first woman and the first person of Asian descent to hold the post. She is the longest serving White House executive chef in the history, feeding four presidents and their families. Her first job was at the Sheraton Hotel near O'Hare International Airport, and she also worked at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. A- After Chicago, she moved to Washington, D.C., and worked as a chef at two restaurants. And she additionally spent 6 months in Vienna as a rotating chef. And she actually studied in the University of the Philippines, uh, but because of unfortunate situation, she decided to move to United States for greener pasture and to work. However, because she wasn't able to finish college in the University of the Philippines, she was awarded with an honorary doctorate degree with a Doctor of Humane Letters or honoris causa in the University of the Philippines because of this noteworthy achievement. I mean, it is very rare for an Asian descent Filipina at that, and to be appointed as the team lead in the kitchen operation of the White House is really something to glorify, and we are all hands down to Chef Cristeta Pasha Comerford for raising the Philippine flag and raising the flag of the women for being able to achieve this noteworthy position. All right, let's move forward with Daydream Mattress, who is the owner of Wonder Stay. She's a 34-year-old hotelier, budget travel expert, and author of Wanderlust. It's a book for the young and broke professionals. In 2018, she became the first African American to own a hostel in the United States when she opened Wonder Stay in Houston, Texas. So definitely, this is a big milestone for African American or a black woman at that to be able to own this hostel in the United States. She is also the director of Wonder Abroad Foundation, an organization that provides passports and short term study abroad scholarships to college students. Her motivational story has been featured in different magazines in the United States. She creates a name by winning over $85,000 in business pitch competitors and professional development. She traveled to more than 15 countries, including Antarctica. According to her, traveling is a mental stimulation where all she encounter are all strangers. And also, as a Black woman, she is considered resiliency, being able to tackle different things that can come my way on my daily basis and still thriving and surviving. And I'm not letting it break me down as a person, as a business owner, and as a woman. So, hats off to Daydre Matris. All right. In addition, let us learn from Malcolm Hillard, a sous chef at London House, Chicago. He has endured challenges working in the kitchen as a chef and also based on the color of his skin. Now, we have actually heard so many stories of the person of color who have struggled not only in the hospitality industry, but in almost all career opportunities that they were judged because of their skin color, but the likes of Malcolm Hillard has raised the flag of their community. As a young chef, as a young black chef, and oftentimes the only black chef in the kitchen, Hillard said he has faced racism and discrimination at every turn. He started as a dishwasher at C Chicago, a leading Chicago steakhouse, then as a line cook and at the Wyndham Hotel to chef de partie at Modest Liquor Bar to cooking family meals at the Alinea Group. He experienced discrimination and bullying in the workplace because he is black. Hillard would want to see black kids from impoverished neighborhoods mentored by Michelin starred restaurant, and for those already in the industry to be equipped with the tools to learn and grow from restaurant leaders at their places of employment. We also have a similar story coming from Devon Francis, who is another chef who is person of color. He's an artist, activist, chef, and founder of Yardi, a creative studio in the food and events world. So, what is the story of Chef Devon Francis? He said that the fact of the matter is, Black people have been the shapers and builders of so many important forms of dance, food, fashion, and music, and it's time to be properly credited and paid for that labor. So clearly, that statement only shows his activism and passion to be able to uplift the person of color in their respective industries. He wants black queer people to own more property, land, businesses, spaces, and tools for wellness and healing. Our needs and desires are inherently different from non black people and straight people. Being queer person of color plays into the ways I think about events. I wanted to create a space in which people could feel good about having more intimate time together, a place that felt like family or that allowed you to make a new connections with people that maybe you wouldn't think you otherwise could. As a Jamaican American descent, he aims to investigate his own role in the Caribbean culture and to encourage others to seek joy and celebration in their own identity. So definitely, um, his his racial background and his sexual identity is definitely not a problem in achieving his dreams and ambition. On the other side of the coin, let's learn about people who have challenged exceptional diversity. For some, they call it ability diversity, or the people who have PWD, or person with disability who have championed their respective careers in the workplace. First up is Maricel Apatan, a sous chef from Marriott Hotel. At the age of 11, she experienced a brutal scene with four men who cut her two hands when she was with her uncle. And can you imagine that? I mean, I cannot imagine how she was able to champion working in the kitchen with, I mean, no grip. Just by looking into the picture, I can see her determination to be able to champion her career of choice. She graduated hotel and restaurant management at culinary arts at Global Academy. She experienced discrimination and she was judged by her co-workers telling her that she is not able to do her job because of her situation. But she strived for her dreams. She practiced cooking and baking, holding kitchen utensils, and doing her job flawlessly. And eventually she became a chef of Marriott Hotel. She is indeed one of the role models that people should look at. Her determination to be the best at what she does despite of her imperfections is truly admiring. So this is not really an excuse, because if Maricel Apatan can champion working in the kitchen and she has no hands, the more that you can um, champion or achieve your dreams, because you have hands. So exceptionality is really not a hindrance in achieving your dreams. On a similar case is Chef Ronnie Murray. Ronnie Murray was born with a shortened arm. He worked at a Michelin star restaurant at the age of 16 and led a team of 120 chefs, launched a successful venture with just 1,500 pounds of his own money, and still found time to do charity work and climbed some stunning peaks around the world. After 7 years at Hicks Restaurant as group head chef, Ronnie built his own restaurant business out of his own home, Peckham Manor. Moreover, he is a consultant for a restaurant in their early days, so we ask for his advice for employers looking to employ and accommodate disabled chefs in their business. So, well, I mean, as compared to Maricel Apatan, um, he has a fully functional right arm. However, on his left arm, it's a shortened arm, but that does not stop him from achieving his dream. I mean, his exposure when he was at the tender age of 16 is a plus, but definitely his story is inspirational. Another champion is OTHEDUS Harvin. Before the tumor and surgery, Theo had worked for Sonny's for 13 years, but becoming paralyzed took a toll and he stopped working. Then in 2008, he came to a vocational rehabilitation and met VR counselor Katie Kummer. VR is a federal state agency that helps people with disabilities get or keep a job, and Katie and Teo talk about what kind of job he wanted to do. But Teo had always been a chef and wanted to continue as a chef, so they decided that it would be the best way to go. So the problem now is he was paralyzed, but because of the right machine, he was able to still make a difference in the kitchen. Another champion is Colette DeVitto, an entrepreneur and activist and disability activist in Boston, Massachusetts, and the founder of Colette's Cookies. She is a graduate in Clemson University in South Carolina. After failing to find employment because of her special disability, she decided to create her own business, and that is to bake her own cookies. Her business was founded in 2015 with the help from her family. Her first retail account was at the Golden Goose. It is a store near to here house apartment. The Golden Goose is selling 100 bags of cookies made by Colette DeVito. She told her that her secret ingredient is from the heart. Colette's success was an opportunity to showcase the capabilities of the person with the development of disabilities. The mission of her cookie company is to hire a person with special disability, and her goal is to grow the company so she can create thousands of jobs for all the person with disabilities. So you see that we should not look into their exceptionality or disability, but rather let's look into what they can do, because definitely they have something under their belt. Christine Ha, she's a Vietnamese blind chef, is an American chef, writer, and TV host. She's the first blind contestant of MasterChef and the winner of season 3 in 2012. She's the owner of the newly opened restaurant, The Blind Goat. Ha suffers from neuromyelitis optica, in which a person's own immune system attacks the optic nerves and spinal cord. In 2004, she was diagnosed and gradually started losing her vision and was almost completely blind by 2007. She had to adapt and learn techniques since she had no vision. Hai utilizes the following assistive technologies around her house: voice over JAWS, IRA glasses, Amiga portable CCTV, along with a thermometer, food scale, and liquid level indicator that gives an oral reading. So, in the case of Christine Ha, I cannot imagine how she was able um to become this big. And I mean, without your vision, I cannot imagine being able to even maneuver in my own kitchen, and becoming a winner at that is really something that and it's a gift from God to Kristen Ha. And it only shows that if you are determined and if you have that grit to 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 find your dream, then it will really fall into your arms. Roshana Sanders is an African American chef found cooking as her habit at a very young age. She works at Iraq and Afghanistan military at the age of 17 as an automated logistical supply specialist. Roshara is suffering from post traumatic stress disorder or PTSD, but because she have a counselor and she's a spiritual and optimistic person, she managed herself well and she was able to control her thoughts. In spite of having PTSD and being part of the LGBT community, she proved herself. Now she's a Culinary Institute of America alumna and a recipient of the 2018 Forbes Overachiever Under 30 and the NBC 20, Top 28 African American Entrepreneurs in the nation. And she also won at CHOP. Roshara loves to teach and mentor others, and she's willing to hire veterans, women, men who have been through domestic violence on her business. Let us learn more about PTSD because I'm not so much familiar about this. Post traumatic stress disorder is a disorder that develops in some people who have experienced a shocking, scary, or dangerous event, and it's natural to feel afraid during and after that traumatic situation. There are fear that triggers many split second changes in the body to help defend against danger or to avoid it. So, this might not uh, I mean, not all disability are visible. You see that this is a disorder that arise from a very traumatic event, and sometimes this is uncontrollable. But because, as mentioned on the report, that she has a counselor and she's a very optimistic person, she was determined to pursue her passion and dreams. She was able to achieve so much, and even with her exceptionality and being a member of the LGBT, she was able to become a sous chef and mentor. Let's talk about Richard Branson, who is a British entrepreneur and the head of the Virgin Group Ltd. Branson, who was a school dropout, entered into his first successful business venture as a teenager with a magazine student. Although we are not endorsing for you to become a dropout, because I mean, education is still and should be our priority, because that will lead us into the achievement of our dream. But it's not always the case. Let's take a look into how Richard Branson was able to champion his respective career and business. Even he was a school dropout, and let's check what is his exceptionality. Among his business empire includes Virgin Records, now the Virgin Megastores principal label worldwide for punk and new wave, the Virgin Atlantic Airways, Virgin Galactic, a spaceflight corporation for space tourism. The billionaire says dyslexia is at least partially responsible for his success. We should support and celebrate all types of neurodiversity, encourage children's imagination, creativity, and problem solving, which is the skills of the future, and in which he said that these are the key factors for his success. For his work in retail, music, and transport, his taste for adventure, and for his humanitarian work, he has become a prominent global figure. In 2007, he was placed in the Time 100 Most Influential People in the World list. In June 2020, Forbes listed Branson's estimated net worth at 4.1 billion US dollars. And last but not the least, although Patu KESWANI is not PWD, but he is an ally for the PWD because he established Lemon Tree Hotel. Lemon Tree Hotel operates over 29 hotels with over 3,200 rooms in 18 cities in India, particularly interested in offering opportunities to physically disabled Indians. Lemon Tree Hotels has approximately 800 employees who are physically or mentally disabled. Imagine running hotel who is manned by mostly physically or mentally disabled employees. It can be pretty much a challenge, but we salute Patu Keswani for giving equal opportunity for our for people who have exceptional disability or exceptional ability. So he faced several challenges in the Lemon Tree hotels due to the employees, like developing learning and development interventions. They cannot be trained in the same manner because they cannot hear or they cannot even see. Therefore, they need to realign their learnings and development. And he found out that his employees and all the staffs can bear with it. He also stated that his employees are the strongest. Lemon Tree Hotels receive an award, the National Award by the President of India for Best Employer of Persons with Disability in 2011, and a second national award in 2012 for being role model in providing a barrier-free environment to persons with disability. KESWANI has been awarded the Distinguished Alumni Award by his two alma maters, and he was introduced into FHRAI, or the Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association of India Hall of Fame in 2010 and into the Hotelier India Hall of Fame in 2012. So we're giving our highest salute to Patu Keswani for supporting our fellow or our friends who are exceptional. And those are the stories, and I hope that you are able to learn so much from these personalities. And I'll leave you with this quotation: equal rights for others does not mean less rights for you. There should be no discrimination against languages, skin color, religion, gender, or disability. No matter your social status or how powerful you are, we are all equal. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you next meeting.